Welcome to this week's blogging video. This video is pretty serious because it deals with a serious part of blogging, and that's the entire legal side of blogging. So just a quick background. I have the blog by Sophia Lee. I started when I was 19 years old out of my dorm room, and in the last 5 years, I've turned it into a 7-figure business. We have 7 employees now, which is so crazy, and I have learned so much. Like, I literally didn't know anything starting, and so this YouTube channel is basically me going over all the things that I wish I knew when I was starting my blog, because I would have honestly made money a lot faster and wouldn't have had to go through so many learning experiences. And speaking of learning experiences, the legal side of your blog is something that I didn't even think that I would have to think about. Like, it's something that didn't even cross my mind until I realized how much trouble I could get in if I didn't have the legal side of like the blog all figured out. So that's what this YouTube video is all about. So I get questions all the time in the comments of these YouTube videos, and then also with our courses you get access to like our Facebook group. And so I'm constantly seeing people asking about trademarking and like when to get an LLC for your blog. So that's where I'm gonna kind of start off with this video. But I got an LLC for my blog like 2 years after I started it. I should have done it right away though. So like, if you are starting it, I would do it right away. If you're a student, this is what I did. Wisconsin had like, you could get an LLC for free if you were a student. So definitely look into that. And trademarking is something that I did way too late. So I personally don't think that you need to trademark anything right away. It's really expensive to trademark things. And I would just make sure that you're gonna keep up with it before actually like moving forward and trademarking it. So I had like a freak out. I think I either did it like, I think I did it 3 years because I trademarked like a year after I made the LLC. So my sister actually called me and she's like, Sophie, do you have like by Sophia Lee trademarked? And I was like, no. And she's like, you need to. She's like, I'm in a college class right now. We're talking all about trademarking. Like, you would be screwed. And then so I started panicking. So I called a lawyer like the next day, and it was like a long process, but it was super expensive. So again, getting an LLC you can do way easier for your blog than trademarking it. And I'm under the impression, I'm not a lawyer or really know anything too intense about legal stuff, but just from what I've learned, I'm under the impression that anything that you create is like copyrighted to your name or whatever. So I think you'll be fine in the beginning by not getting a trademark, but once you start getting serious and you start actually making money, I would definitely get a trademark in place. Okay, this is the part that is so important, and this is where I really started freaking out. So I don't know what I was listening to or how this like came to my mind, but basically I was listening to something and they were like, you need to have specific things on your blog to make it legal, and you can get sued if you do not have these things. And I am not going to jail or getting sued over this blog. And so I started panicking because I was like, oh my God, I don't have anything. Like, I have literally nothing. I'm going to get sued. And so I started researching more and more on just like, what do I even need? Everything was in a foreign language. Not actually, but like it seemed like it, because it was just so confusing. And so I was getting really stressed out. And then I found this girl, her name's Amira, and she's a lawyer, and she started specializing specifically for lawyers. And so she had a like packet thing or like a bundle that you could buy, and in that bundle, I need even my iPad to like remember the names of stuff because it's just so over my head, but you are legally obligated with the blog to have a GDPR and CCPA compliant privacy policy template. Well, privacy policy, okay, so not, I'll get to the template part in a second. You need a disclaimer and you need a terms and conditions. And I was like, like, I don't have any of these things. I don't know what this is. And I knew lawyers were so expensive. So when I stumbled on hers, she sold templates of all of those. And so I was like, okay, this is amazing. Like, it will hold me off until I am ready to hire like a lawyer to actually, I mean, she's a lawyer, but you know what I mean. Until like I really want a lawyer to go through everything. And so I bought those. some of the best money I've ever spent on my blog, and she had like a bundle that I just purchased. We actually, when we knew we were filming this video, we reached out to her and we were like, we're gonna be talking about your bundle that I use. Can we get a discount code? And she was so nice. She's like, yeah, what do you want? And then we were like, can we get 25% off? We thought she was gonna say no, but she said yes. So if you don't have these things in place, I highly recommend doing what I did and just getting her bundles and templates. And then for the sale, to get the 25% off, you have to use our exact link. So we'll have the link in the description, and then you also have to use the code. And so the code is capital SOPHIA 25, and that will work from the 17th to the 24th of March. So definitely look into that. But no matter what, you need to get something like this. So if you have a lawyer connection, or if you have someone, if you want to hire your own lawyer, you can. This was the easiest way that I found, but you need to have those three things: the GDPR and CCPA compliant privacy policy, you need a disclaimer, and you also need the terms and conditions. Okay, those are like the most important things, because those are the things that I didn't know you had to have when I started my blog. Now that I am like 5-6 years into this, and we have multiple different businesses happening, I have gotten specific lawyers to look over our website. I have like multiple lawyers that specialize in different things that we can call when we have questions. So like we have a traditional business lawyer. We have a copyright and trademark lawyer that we work with, and then like real estate lawyer, but that's for our other side of the business. That doesn't really have to do with the blogging side. And so I reach out to them all the time. The business lawyer specifically, I reach out to for cease and desist, because I send cease and desist all the time, especially with us having courses and just so many people like with these videos and stuff. I run into people fully copying our website, like up and down copying and using our printables, and it's just like insane. It gets me more fired up than like anything in the world. And so I'll automatically like screenshot everything and then send it to my lawyers. We write up a cease and desist, and then I send it to whoever copied my blog. And essentially I like kind of do it to try to scare them, because I'm like, if you don't take all this down, I will like press charges. I haven't had to get to that. Usually that scares them enough, but we use him all the time for that. I am not afraid to send a cease and desist, which you shouldn't be either if anyone is copying your blog. And then the copyright lawyer and trademarking lawyer, we just make sure that every single thing is right and tight as far as trademarking and copyright goes for our website. So those are like the main legal things that you need to do. Obviously, like the tax side of things and accounting side of things is a whole nother beast that you also don't want me to get started on, because I'll just go on a rampage. But these are really important parts of blogging that not a lot of people think of, and I just wish that I would have known these from the beginning, because I have heard of people getting sued or getting into legal trouble, and that is just definitely something that I don't want to be involved with. So there's my little tidbit on that. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments. Definitely take advantage of our coupon code for the sale, and she's just really good, and I love what she's doing. I think it's such a great resource for people who don't have a ton of money to spend hiring a lawyer specifically for like your website. So, and her things were so easy to do. I still have them like saved on my computer, and I reference them actually like quite often, just to make sure that everything is still looking good. But that wraps up this video. Please let me know if you have any questions. Subscribe to the channel. Check out my courses. I have 3 blogging courses. If you read the comments, usually there's someone that has taken them in the comments, like talking about them, and they're usually so nice. So that is so awesome. But it basically goes into my exact strategies for how I run my blog and how the business earns 7 figures from it. So that's it. I'll see you at next week's video.